This is the lecture for Arthur Ripstein's chapter, Kant's Juridical Theory of Colonialism. So the first topic is just to sort of point your uh, attention to something. So like on 152 to 153 and then up through 154 and 155, he's talking about Kant's theory of colonialism. That's what the whole paper is about. And he's comparing it to Kant's theory of revolution. And he compares both of those to the doctrine of what's known as adverse possession. And he explains what that is, so you don't have to look it up. But I just want to point you to this for a few reasons. Number one, because he he talks a bit about revolution, which we haven't looked at in a while, but we all remember what Kant has said about it. And I think it's a sort of he has a really interesting approach to talking about revolution and colonialism, and this example of adverse possession, which he gives to sort of try to make Kant's theory look, I guess, less bad is the simile. So like not like better, less bad. So he's sort of defending Kant, and so this is just to say, you think about what you think about his argument. Try to understand his argument, and see what you think. I mentioned this because it's not sort of easy to sort of put this on the reading quiz or whatever, but this is one of the interesting parts of the article, so pay attention to that. And then I guess since this has kept coming up a bunch, just to point out that it shows up here too. So Ripstein has a very definite view, and actually it shows up in that thing I just talked about too, but it also shows up in his discussion of Kant's theory of war. Ripstein is pretty clear that what he thinks Kant is doing is coming up with well, I can't find a sentence, but like Kant is coming up with rules for sort of situations that are maybe not ideally just, and explicitly rules for situations that are in fact unjust. The he yeah, so he talks about Kant's readiness to treat aggressors and defenders symmetrically while they are engaged in war, and he talks about reasons why some people don't like this and stuff. And so in an earlier lecture, I think Muthu or Kleingeld, I was talking about how even earlier we had been talking about whether Kant thinks a slave state is even a state at all, or whether this is relevant to intervention and stuff. Ripstein seems to be pretty firmly on the side of yes, you sort of ignore whether the state is just or unjust when you're talking about war. That is how Kant is approaching these questions. And so broadly, he thinks he's kind of lumping Kant in with the other sort of just war theorists. And he even talks about this in the article, so Grotius and Vattel and Suarez and stuff. And so this is just to follow up on that conversation and say Ripstein clearly thinks Kant is not taking a sort of idealized view, and he thinks how is public right related to right between states? Basically not at all. You know, you have a publicly unjust, like a civil injustice or whatever, irrelevant when it comes to the rights of war and how we should govern war between states and so on. So that's interesting.